gives us an extra second just to make sure we're live. Got to hit that little preview thing. And then
I just saw the first page.
Go over and say, how's it going, Nakama? Brit is back with some One Piece 1158. As always, I'm joined by the lads. How's it going, Samurai Drew?
What it do? Everyone's saying that I got the dew this morning. I'm looking a little older. We got the gray hair showing through with the light a little bit more this morning. So apologies to all the viewers.
Yes, the gray hairs is just taking away from it so much. So Grain, how's it going, dude?
It is going good. How did it do? We're here with old man Samurai Drew.
Old man Samurai.
Hey, old
Yeah.
With that old man, we've got some One Piece. Last time we weren't able to see Sagrain just because we had a little bit of different hours. We're on the other side of the planet, if you will. So just always good to have the lads back. Hopefully we'll have Bullet back here pretty soon. But I think I am all set for some One Piece. I don't know about you, gentlemen. Okay.
Yeah.
15 pages.
That first page is yeah.
So that's a very big disappointment just right off the bat. It's 15 pages. We do have a chapter next week. We'll be playing around with that. Who knows? Samurai Drew might be visiting Kalamazoo. We will see. But we have 15 pages. Title chapter, Rocks versus Herald. For those who weren't able to catch last week, it does seem like the Gorosei were going to give Herald an ultimatum on joining the world government, and that is to kill Rocks. And now we get our chapter title. So it seems like we are all there. But first, we have Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 40. Here lies the heroic pirate of justice.
And you see in the bottom left?
Wait, what?
Look at the asterisk.
What?
Wait, what?
Kazuki Moria. No, like Greco Moria.
Yeah, Kozuki.
Kazuki, sorry, I couldn't say the word very well.
So Kazuki is
insane.
That's Momo, right?
Right. And Greco Moria have something in common?
Kozuki Moria, a pirate of justice. So Moria is named after someone in the Kazuki clan. That is...
Right, he stole the name. Now I'm just thinking, is Moria even his real name?
Right, he just stole his name too.
Possibly. That's just all kinds of confusing for me though. So
I'm hoping we get some more. Yeah, maybe there's other details we're missing, hopefully. But that is an insane twist because the only connection was Ryuma, and like maybe some other dead people he got, and obviously Shushui. That's the only thing that he stole from there. So this is like, what else now? What else? Oh, and he was defeated by Kaido there. So that is another thing.
In the Ringo region, so yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, but basically the two speculations were Ryuma or Odin. Kozuki Moria.
Yeah, so that's very interesting, especially them being a pirate. So it has to be like an off-branch family, as the Kozuki were the monarchs. So pirate could be something that involves the Shimotsuki like leaving the area, so that could have been the person that transported them. There's a lot that comes out of that, but I guess we will continue to find out more because the Surrogate Pilgrimage still continues. I've got really nothing. We kind of have an understanding of what this chapter is going to be, so I'm all ready to jump in, lads. What about you?
Let's go. I know it.
Oh yeah.
All right, I am jumping on to page 2 in 3, 2, 1. Okay, and we've got in a certain stretch of the sea, Oral Jackson, Roger's ship. Hey, Captain Roger. They're saying Shaki opened her bar on Pirate Island, and it's all the rage too. And he's just over here pouting. We were so bummed out when she abdicated her emperor's throne. Yeah, it's not him saying that, but he's just over here just pouting. Looking a lot like Ace, to be completely honest. And you have some no-names. One no-name is the one who said we were so bummed out. But looks like the fishman was saying, but now we know where to find her. Let's go check it out. Hey, remember that Pirate Island is under Rox's control. Having to remind them. Scopper's just thinking, you know, Rayleigh, I couldn't help but notice that Roger's sour mood right after the two of you had that conversation in the captain's cabin. Oof. Okay. I'm interested in where that's going. Scopper's prying a little bit. I guess Rayleigh had a talk with Roger. Any predictions on this, lads, before I go on to page 3?
Definitely, I love triangle. Roger's face doesn't say he's mad as in mad, but he's mad as in he's jealous. He looks jealous.
Well, that's where the pouting comes from. Pouting isn't always like I'm angry. Then that would be seething. No, this is more of like meh. But big shout out to who we just had someone stop by. Static Shattuck. Thanks for stopping by. He is related to Momo, as well as he does kind of look jealous. Yes, very much jealous. It very much seems like there's a little bit of pouting going on over some discussions over a certain waifu. Certain waifus.
Hey.
I think I'm gonna say.
Go ahead, Segura.
I think it's more of like really giving a reality check of like, nah, she doesn't. Nah, bro, she doesn't like you. She likes me.
Well, it's really what Zoro does as far as like checking Luffy sometimes. So I definitely get that. Pouty Roger, a great way to start the chapter. But I am going on to page 3 in 3, 2, 1. Then we got a flashback and a flashback. What did you talk about? It was nothing. I wasn't going to tell anyone about this, but I'll make a special exception for you, Roger. So this was fought. So this is when we fought the Kuja before she abdicated. Okay. I remember noticing that Shakuyaku seemed to be ailing from some kind of illness, okay? When I heard the news that she was giving up her position, I worried about her health. And it turns out that even ever since then, you've been sitting on this note she passed to you. I know, it was too awkward to bring it up. It's clearly a love letter, and it says, come and get me. Shakuyaku. How else should it be interpreted? And you say you're not tempted by this at all? I wouldn't say there's no temptation. I just don't want to be tied down, you know. Well, I do. Okay. So Shaki has officially fallen in love with Rayleigh. And then she gave that up. Went to Pirate Island and said, come get me. Okay. And this dude, this is pure Zoro, just, like him sleeping next to Hiyori and just being like, we were just sleeping. Like it's very much a, what are you doing, dude? So this is pretty funny. This is actually really, really funny. So.
And she caught the love sickness.
Yep.
So okay.
It's legitimately the one guy that doesn't spoon over her. Like that's how it is. Yeah. Rayleigh is the one guy who isn't destroying himself and like bending over backwards every time she walks in the room. He's just like, hey, how's it going? and that just drives her nuts. To the fact that he could take off for 6. Do you think any of these dudes would be taking off on Shaki for months at a time to be with other women, and Rayleigh is just like, deuces,
Bye.
oh man, like we've known about this since we met them, and Shaki's just says, come and get me, Shaku Yaku. That's, oh man, so Roger's definitely pouting.
Okay, before we go on,
He's like, if you want, I will.
a wild idea. Let me put on a wild idea. What if Roger's illness was his own version of the love sickness?
That would be bad, especially because he went and had Ace, a baby, with Rouge. So that's.
What do we know whether there's some sort of romantic relationship between him and Rouge? Because all we know was that he spent the night there and he left.
Rouge did all of that for a baby that wasn't romantically conceived. It was like, I'm sorry. What?
She has seen the One Piece, and
She definitely did. I'll tell you when you're older.
Get your mind out of the gutter, but yeah. What I'm saying is that we know we know one probably. Well, we don't know for certain, but what if his dream for Ace was that okay, we know in 20 years this is the prophecy, so I want my kid to be the person, to be that person.
I mean, still, that's still a lot of him wanting it. I don't know what, like, outside of her just being like, oh, the Pirate King's seed, I want that. I don't really, there's really no, outside of like loving him and subsequently the child. Like this, it sounds.
We don't even know much about Rouge.
Yeah, but she's not.
And now now I'm getting a lot of side thoughts about Rouge.
I'm sure you are, but at the same time, it's like he doesn't want to be with Gloriosa, which is just so hilarious. In understanding Granny Neo and her talking about love as a hurricane and not realizing that it was like Roger that she was pining for, and now the love sickness hitting Shaki, and it literally being kind of like with Gloriosa. Roger doesn't want to be with her, he wants Shaki, so that makes it worse for her. Shaki is just like Rayleigh, he's not asexual, he's still getting it on, but he's dense. He is a dense bro who's just like, oh.
He doesn't want to be tied down.
To the one that every other pirate is just like, what are you doing?
And he was the one that eventually got tied down.
No, he doesn't. He's still philandering.
Well, yeah, in a way, but yeah, not as tied down as Scupper, but basically he's.
Yeah, Scupper at least has children. A child that, like, gets him murdered. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. All right. I'm excited for me. All right, ready?
Go ahead.
Okay, here we go. On to page 4. Listen up, folks. I'm not admitting defeat yet. Look out! Roger's feeling feisty again. And so everyone's looking around as he's about to make an announcement. And Rayleigh's grinning. Pillaging is a pirate's true calling. If you want something, you can take it. Ain't that right, boys? You're talking about Shaki. That's right. Why would she be at Rox's Island of all places? Everyone should have an equal shot. Let's go and take her. And he goes, I'm hungry, Max. Feed me. Grub's already on. Eat all you want. Yeah.
So Marks is his chef. Okay.
Yeah. And by the way, we see the egg is on the ship. So even back then, we still have the egg.
But it's not as big though. That's the thing.
Oh, you think? Oh, I didn't notice that. I'm gonna have to look at that.
No, the egg around his execution time is giant.
No, why? So you don't think that's just like a misdrawing? You think that's like for real?
I think the egg is growing. We just don't know what the heck came out of the thing.
That's awesome. Anyway. On to page 5. Is everyone ready?
Yeah, I'm all set.
Okay. Slightly earlier in time. Marizoa, 40 years ago. I'm not going to say sacred anymore because I hate that place. You're getting ahead of yourself, Garling. The previous tourney just ended. I know, but I was working on a separate matter, and I happened to moor my ship at a particular island. And now it's where it gets a little confusing where to go. But I just want to say who this is really quick. Holy Knights Frigolin family, St. Garling, future elder. So here we have him looking hella like today's Shanks right here. But he's kind of older here. It's an unaffiliated nation with its own unique culture. I recommend that they joined the world government. But I could not secure an agreement. The island is rich in resources and would be a great benefit to us. On top of that, I found something preposterous there. Preposterous. There we go, got it. Preposterous there. A discovery I never expected to make. The Great One, will be quite pleased with it, I'm sure. Therefore, I strongly recommend God Valley for our next competition in 2 years' time.
Okay.
Oh man, he's like, oh man, I got an idea that's about to get me a raise right now.
That's so, well, again, that's very interesting that it has something, what's the something preposterous? I'm guessing it might be like a rogue poneglyph or something of that nature. That's the something preposterous that at least I think it could be. What is the preposterous thing? Do you have an idea or no?
Well, are we going to? I mean, you have to think it's going to be tied back to Elbaf somehow. So, is it talking about Elbaf? Because now that we're thinking, like, where was God's Valley? I wonder. You know.
I want to say it's in the New World. That's how it's not in one of the blues at all.
Well, yeah. One idea. Well, I don't know. You're saying New World, not one of the blues. I'd agree with that. Sure. I wonder if we've seen it before, or not.
Like, is it Ruskina or something? Sorry, not if it's Ruskina, but if
I just let you go
something
though.
preposterous.
What could be preposterous? I know that's what makes me think it's Elbaf, because like preposterous is like, there's a bunch of things preposterous there, but I don't know. All right, well, should we go ahead? Should we skip the green on the?
I'll go ahead. Oh, there he is.
Oh, right in the nick.
All right, Sagreen, are you good, or do you need a second?
I think now I should be good. I had to change. All right, let me open it on my phone.
Yeah, because it's your turn, so we can always.
You guys go ahead and continue. Well, I catch up. Catch up.
Well, Sagreen, I'll go ahead and jump in then, and then
all right.
We'll just go back to the rotation after that, okay?
All right, no worries.
All right, so I'm going on to page 6. Just a quick look. Static said, didn't they say it was the South Blue? It might have been the South Blue Static, so that is a good catch if it is, in fact, the South Blue. That's very interesting. So I'm going to go on to page 6, and then we'll get Sagrain in after Samurai Drew goes. Shaki's ripoff bar, Pirate Island. Hey, the line starts. Yeah, this is probably where most of the fights in this entire island happen. It costs that much? I can't pay that. Step around back, and you'll do 2 years of free labor. What? Okay, so she has yeah. I mean, it's Shaki's ripoff bar. Like, I don't know what they were saying or what they were expecting. And then you cut into it, and you have Shaki up at the bar pouring for 2, 3, 4, 5 gents where there's two up at the top of the bar just giving googly eyes. Came all the way from North Blue. I hear you get great whiskey here. Everyone says your stew is the best, Shaki. Hee hee. That's so sweet of them. How precious. And yeah, she's just pouring whiskey for him. But I don't cook for the likes of you. What? It's just like I'd imagined. This is the best. And they're all like, okay. I've got an order of my special simmered beans for you, Shaki. Oh, and we're all out of whiskey. So she has a cook there. Cheap rum will do. Here's your high-end whiskey. I've never been so thankful for abysmal service. So, I don't know if anyone is a Midwesterner that's watching or anything, but like in Chicago and in some other big cities, they have it where the bars and the restaurants give like bad service as part of the attraction of it. I don't understand why. But yeah, like it's just part of the allure of being treated like dirt when you're being served. I don't understand it, but again, that's just people. It looks like she has her own chef that works for him. She's taking bad, cheap rum and serving it as high-end whiskey, which is hilarious. So yeah, Shaki's ripoff bar. I'm going to go on to page 7 if there's no other thoughts.
That Shaki is definitely related to Nami now.
Yeah, that's the long-lost mom. Nami is Shaki's.
Yeah.
Nami's a Kuja. All right.
Oh my god, that would make so much sense, actually.
3, 2, oh!
There we go.
I look down. Okay, I'm looking. What's the matter, Rox? You seem so fulfilled. If I didn't know any better, I might think you lost interest in me. And he's like, huh? Mwah, ha ha. See? A woman's intuition can be scary. Hee hee. Hey, pipe down. It's supposed to be a secret. It's supposed to be a secret from everyone. What are you talking about? You're so dense. It's not just a woman. That's the face of a new father. Blackbeard has been born. So, Shaki called us like, what's the matter, Rox? You seem so fulfilled. If I didn't know any better, I'd think you've lost interest in me. So Rox has another waifu that he's chasing. Big Mom called it. It's not just a woman. That's the face of a father. Thinks, I'm guessing, it looks like that's Stussy thinking about that. And then...
It looks like Big Mom. Oh, on the left. Sorry.
Yeah, on the left. Because you have... Big Mom is the one who said women's intuition. He is from Stussy. Rox is like, it's supposed to be a secret from everyone. Newgate is like, what are you talking about? Stussy is saying, you're so dense. Not just a woman, that's the face of a new father. And then here comes Roger. Hey, Shaki. Oh, Shaki. It's me, your lover boy. Ah, it's the Roger Pirates. Quick, get a picture. And here we go. Oh, Roger. Roger, how many times do I have to tell you this is my island? And it's Shaki's place. No fighting between customers, remember? So quit your yapping. Porcupine!
Oda draws them. It's like he's making fun of himself.
But let's say Luffy gives Jaggy, Traffy, all the nicknames. He doesn't call them by their name. Roger is very, very much the same way, calling him Porcupine. But also, we'd imagine that Blackbeard has been born because Rox has his new waifu.
And is no longer interested in Shaki. That is the key point there. Well, at least from what we see here.
I'm getting a Helen of Troy vibes because in the last chapter it said, what is a treasure if not to be stolen? So I'm thinking that Shaki might have been abducted and taken to God Valley because that's also a common thread that the community is thinking, and I kind of am buying into that now.
Well, the idea that the One Piece is like a big thing of sake is also coming into this idea right here, like this bar that's bringing two enemies together, to share a drink.
Ooh, look at you, Samurai.
So, I don't know. I still think that the One Piece is big sake, and it's like, a big old thing of it. So, it tells me more that, like, this this idea of drinking with friends, and even if you're getting ripped off, even if the booze is bad, even if it's with a bunch of different people, you know. Anyway, I won't get too far into this here. But.
Before we go on to Samurai Drew, and hopefully that we get some fifths, but no fighting Shaki's bar, so there's that. Static had updates. Incorrect. It's the West Blue. God Valley was located in the West Blue, so it isn't one of the blues. East Blue is where they all came from, which is interesting, right? Yeah, they're from the East Blue. So, very interesting in that regards, but okay. Samurai Drew, unless there are any other panel-by-panel discussions, let's go on to you.
Okay, on to page 8. What about this huge line outside? Did you wait the whole time? How'd you get in here? Line? What line? Come on, boys, let's get around a drink. And he beat up all the people outside, which is perfect. And, you know, Whitebeard's agreeing with what Roger's done here. He goes, oh, I can't stand the noises those people make. Closing out Newgate? Put it on Rox's tab.
Huh.
And so he walks out. Oh, yeah, here we go. So this is interesting. Okay. So we go, oh, Roger, where's Ray? He goes, oh, I told him to come with us, but he's resting on the ship. Said he wasn't feeling good. And then now here we got Gloriosa. Roger, darling, oh, I've missed you. You finally come to take me away on your ship. Gloriosa, I keep telling you no. Don't need a woman who throws hearts all over the place, causing chaos. But Shaki would be an exception, of course. What kind of logic would that be? What kind of logic is that?
So he basically doesn't like her because she is too clingy to him. But if she made him work for it, like, guys are dumb. Let's just admit it. Dudes are dumb. He's like, I don't want you to be like that, but I want her to be like that. Oh, man. Okay, I'm not really sure. There's more to really take from this.
I'm good to go on the next.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, on to page 9. Ooh, I'm liking that straight up picture of the egg right there. But okay, we'll go to the beginning here. And she goes, I'll pass too. And so a bunch of hearts, and then Roger's like, oh man. Hey, is Newgate around? I want to have a drink with him. He just left. Ma. Stupid Rayleigh. Why didn't he come? And so we got Big Ma. All the big players are in town right now. And now we go back to the ship where we see Pink Sasake, like I was saying. Here we go. Time to ship the Princess.
I think that's Rayleigh.
Oh, it's Rayleigh.
Oh, he's singing Pink Sasake.
And she goes, oh. And she passes out. I know, I'm trying to understand what's going on. Sorry. Oh, Shaki passed out. Miss Shaki, let us tend to you. And Glorious is like, get your gummy paws, man paws off of her.
Man paws.
Yeah, that's fun. And so now we have the Oda boxes. By Aku's own decree, any who visited her bar were forbidden from fighting on the island. So even rival pirates crossed paths there. No warfare resulted. But at sea, it was a different story. And then we see the more serious face. I'm disagreeing.
Yeah, so that's definitely a Ray-san didn't come visit her. She's lovesick, passes out. Definitely feel that's the case.
Okay. All right. 3, 2, 1. Moving on. And we're back to Elbaf. After what felt like an eternity.
Oh.
Okay, we're back to Elbaf. Underworld Elbaf. And we have what the hell is going on? We have Loki holding on to a tree, and the there is a clash of emperors. From the hierarchy, there's a clash of kings. And we see Loki getting flown away. The animals are running for their lives. Harudin is just looks terrified. And we see a clash of what looks like Rox and Harold. Yeah, Rox and Harold. And the Rox is shouting, how can you let the government get inside your head like that, Harold? Believe me, I wavered on this. Is this so important to you that you will tell your own friend to make it happen? You are just falling into line. They are using you and you don't even realize it.
So yeah, that's the decree.
So I think I'm gonna say Rox, Harold is probably gonna come to his mind, and probably this will be the reason why this might be the reason, or the chain reaction that might lead to him breaking off his horns.
I'm very interested in why, in the horns coming off, and it's possibly related to this. It's all pretty straightforward, just because we did get a precursor to this in the last chapter, where the Gorosei was like, okay, you want to join? Kill Rocks.
Yeah.
And the thing is that they actually both want to be members of. They want order in the world too. Like, didn't Rock say that he wanted to be a nation, like a member under the world government too?
No, he just said he wants to take over the world.
Take over the world. Well, to make that okay.
It was Blackbeard that said he wanted to be the member of the world government.
Oh, I thought Rock said that too. Okay. I'm drinking again. It's too early in the morning.
Nah. Don't forget, Rock came face to face with Imu. He was like, no, I want that. That is what I want to do. Not to work with that.
True.
Yeah, so real quick, Static has a few updates. Now that face Roger is making at the very bottom looks very fascinating. We may not have seen Roger face that serious before. Yes. The cross out between Roger and Rox when it's just like, well, at sea, it's completely different. They throw hands. So it is like Shaki's Bar's home base, no fighting. But once you leave, then it's gonna get crazy.
Oh.
Yeah. Everything is up for grabs.
His horns are still on.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, to Segrain's point, this could be the precursor to him ripping his horns off. So we'll see. We've got 4 pages left.
So it's on you, DarkBriton, I think, next.
Oh, it's on me. Okay. I'm going to go on in 3, 2, 1. Don't you see? This is their answer. And you have another clash. Harold just has a couple of exclamation points. You only see your kind as military force. They only see your kind as military force to be harnessed. They'll turn you into slaves and call you soldiers. Where is your warrior's pride gone? What does your own free will say? And it looks... Oh, nope, Harold sent him flying. Don't act like you understand any of that. Okay. Harold looks to be getting much more angry. Huff, huff. Our history of violence from when we called ourselves warriors is nothing but a shackle that weighs Elbath down. Now that we seek the way of peace. And he's actually... This is an actual fight. So they're legitimately... I'm guessing this is the outskirts... outskirts of Elbath and the underground. So I'm going to go on and finish up, and then we can talk about the panel-by-panel breakdown. I think you're a good man, Harold, and you have all the people talking about it. But we've been raided by giants in the past. Fear is not so easily wiped clean from the nation's mind. I'm sorry. And it just shows him having all these issues with other nations. Listen, Rox, no matter how foolish and impetuous the celestial dragons may be, They have the power to usher Elbath into the circle of the world. No longer will we be on the outside. And he's just like, stop it, you soft coward. And he blows literally a hole. Looks like one of those like shockwave holes through Harold. Because we got the update when he first met Loki that his sword craft is like getting hit by a cannon. So we have that exposition. So if we're looking at it all in full, we have almost a full 6 pages dedicated to this fight. Because we had 2, we have a final 2, and Samurai Drew is going to bring us home with the last 2. Any thoughts before we go into this last panel, gentlemen?
Oh, yeah, this is like deep lore, by the way. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Rox genuinely likes Harold. I can take that.
And I like Rox too. I think Rox is alright. Rox can come to the cookout.
You're not telling him to go kick Rox?
No, he can come. He can bring Rox.
Oh man. Sigrain, what were you saying?
Yeah, the thing is, Rox is saying the world government is gonna turn Harold into a slave, like just a military force, which in a way is what also Rox wants. Not as a slave, but more of like as a partner. But also he also wants the military might of that Harold possesses.
It's very fair to say he wants the military might too, but he actually is willing to wait and reason and talk to him. And like come at him cordially. Well, this wouldn't be cordially, but
and he also like he genuinely sees Harold as a friend rather than the way the world government does. Yeah, and equals. Even though from this panel I'm leaning more on Rox's side, on Rox's strength than Harold's.
Oh, Rox literally just blew Harold's back out. This is hilarious.
No, I think it'd be crazy if, like, in IRL, like, it'd be crazy if IRL that, like, Rox died from King Harold. King Harold literally kills Rox. That'd be funny.
Or if, like, that would be him showing up on God Valley and that being part of the case.
It's like he's beaten to death on God Valley. Then all of a sudden Harold shows up and finishes him off.
Just like,
you know what? Speaking of which, what if Harold showed up on God Valley trying to prove himself to the world government by siding with them, and maybe he was the tipping piece, that's like the piece that tipped up the scales for the world government.
That's a possibility.
Let's say it's Roger and Garp.
That's a possibility. That is a possibility. Like there is something to be said that we probably definitely would have heard about a giant on the island, but who knows? I don't think we're gonna get the God Valley incident in this backflash, but I do think that the God Valley incident is at least it was referenced. There's something preposterous that a young Garling found on the island, so that means it's like a naturally occurring resource or just stuck there. So again, rogue polyglyph, resources, something of that matter. Ancient markings probably. So it's something that has to do with, I'm guessing, the void and before the void.
I think I would say more of a resource, because if it is something that might do with maybe the ancient kingdom or Amarrion or Crown of Difference, why did Garland say he wants them to join the world government? Even though later he talked about like having the competition there, but why did he want them to join the world government? Probably the resource.
Well, he wants them to join so they can have access to to it.
To the
So, all right.
Static Shattuck has a new chat. He says, "Remember, Garb did say that he wanted to recruit the Giants to join in the Marines." So, there you go.
He did. So that is a really big piece of that, but All right. Let's go ahead and wrap this up with the last 2 pages, and then we'll pivot into our sip and discuss part from our sip and reaction.
I got it.
It's up to you, Samurai.
Rox sounded super pissed off. The dots are off. I am never inviting you. I'm never inviting you again. I am the king. I can't risk my people's lives on the losing battle of a villain like you. And so they're still battling. And here we got the Oda box. They could not see eye to eye. The odd little friendship between them came to an end, and for the time being, they met no longer, until the day of that fateful incident. And here we have Loki reading the news. More news about Rox. And he's reading some. And Rox isn't coming, Loki. Oh, no, sorry, let me rephrase that. Rox isn't coming, Loki. Shut up, old hag. And want me to pour you some juice? And then he's like, yeah. So that's funny because Loki, it's shown that Loki did actually have a little bit of a mother, as much as he'd grimaced to remind himself that, the stepmom did try to come in and help him out. So that whatever's about to happen to her. And remember, the flashback's still going on, and she's got to die because she's not working no more.
But also, what we're seeing is that he's still a kid. Like, despite all the toughness and stuff like that, he's still a kid when he still gets swayed by just a simple treat.
Yeah, it's like with Luffy and Shanks, right? He gives him juice.
Yeah.
Like, oh, thank you. And he's just like, see.
Yeah.
So I'm interested in what the newspaper's about to say.
Yes. But Static Shack has one more. He says he has a good stepmother. He agreed. So yeah. He's good. He's a good one. Okay, are you guys ready for page 15? Last one.
Let's wrap up.
West Blue, 39 years ago, and we have God Valley drawn, and he goes, "Oh, it's twin boys. They're so adorable, and they've got your red hair." Yes, they do. We can only hope they turn out as wise as you two. Without their father around, we'll have to help with that. Thank you, sir. And what are their names? Shanks and Shamrock.
So he hooked up with a regular person.
A red-haired regular person.
Is she the preposterous thing?
What? What? Maybe.
I think it's time that we pivot into a sip and discuss. A toast to kicking butt. So, I think that's the question. What is the preposterous thing? What is the preposterous thing Garling referenced? Is it Shanks's mom? Is it Rogue Poneglyph? What else are our options? Ancient weapon?
Ancient weapon, I do like that. It could be because we're still missing one of them, right? We got Pluton, we got
no.
Poseidon, we're missing Uranus. We're missing Uranus right now, so whenever Uranus is going to pop up in the story.
Yeah. Probably that is it. Because we don't know if the world government have Uranus, then we don't know when they obtained it. This could be when they obtained it.
I forgot, do we all agree on how all the ancient weapons work? Because I think this is how I think it works. Like, okay, we were talking about the egg in the back of Roger's ship earlier. That is probably a bird, right? I mean, an egg. It looks like an egg, bird egg. I don't know. And Poseidon was able to drive the Noah's Ark, right? So Poseidon is, the beast that drives the Ark and the Ark itself, and that's Poseidon, altogether.
Poseidon is not driving the Noah's Ark, but like she has the control for the sea kings that can drive.
Right. Well, I'm saying go along with what I'm saying, I guess, a little bit.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is I hear what you're saying. She's Poseidon. That's Noah's Ark. But I'm saying that when you combine her abilities, to drive Noah's Ark, at her whims with all the sea kings around, that you see that coming up towards you during a war, and you go, oh my God, Poseidon! Poseidon's here. Okay. Now I want to talk about Pluton. So Pluton's a ship too, but also there's something to drive Pluton. Doesn't that have to be right? The elephant, Shueisha, that drives the Pluton warship that is wherever it is under Wano. That makes sense. Okay, now let's go to Uranus. So Roger has always said that he's like, oh, it's not ready yet. Come on, it's got to be that damn egg. And it's a giant bird, and Uranus is a flying ship like the one that Eneru had. Come on, that's the three, and the bird is what makes it super nimble. The bird drives the ship. So anyway, that you got Poseidon, you got the war elephant, and then you have Uranus, the flying ship that strikes thunder down. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Well, firstly, do you have anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you for letting me say that. Appreciate it.
Well, firstly, I don't know whose anus you're speaking about, but when we talk about Uranus,
I get the joke.
Uranus. So I think, based on the skill of what we think the Straw Hats saw, I think Zenitsu is too big just for dragging Pluton, because it seems it is big, but it doesn't seem that big, because the basement doesn't seem that big.
I gotta get a size comparison with
exactly
the land of Wano. Zenitsu, land of Wano.
If what we think we saw on top of above remind me of the name of this island. The island that no, not God Valley, the one that was struck by something from the sky. This island where the Sabu was in.
Oh, the one that got disappeared.
Yeah.
Lulusia. If
what we think we saw is Uranus, it looked more like something that moves on its own rather than something that is being dragged. Although I get what you're saying, something that if it is something like a mythical creature that drags it, then it's more like a mythical creature that carries it around. But I don't. In the sky.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure on all of the speculation there, but let's try and go for another 10 minutes or so, just because we started a little bit later. What are the big takeaways? Also, there is another survey, so go ahead and check the community poll. Be sure to vote in that. Anyone stopping by, be sure to vote to that. Please be sure to like the stream. It helps us out a lot. We'll be going for another 10 minutes or so. Static says, so Shanks get his hair from his mom. I think it's fair to say they called her wise. So she is definitely some type of archaeologist / scholar. That's probably how Garling knows about something to do with the Void Century. Again, they're not a member of the world government, so the world government doesn't have access originally to all their stuff, so that's probably why Garling wants it. But also it's kind of messed up that he got a woman pregnant and then wants to take over the island where his children were basically born and then murder everyone. Probably not even... Go ahead.
Yeah, a small detail. Garling's hair is probably not red.
We know it. It's yellow.
Well, from what the anime puts, but I don't know if the anime really did it based on Oda's consultation, because based on people are saying, like, based on their track record, sometimes anime just improvise.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah, people are saying maybe the yellow hair is was probably an improvisation, maybe not canon. But now that we know that his hair is not red, maybe it might really be yellow, yeah.
Well, now that we know for sure where the red hair comes from, at least, because she even says, yes, they do have my red hair.
Yeah.
I think that's the big
one. The banana jokes are just validating themselves.
It makes me think also that Shanks was, and like they were they made prizes like, I only want one prodigal son. I don't really need two. My plan was only to have one son, so we'll make my other prize my other son. And then you'll have that'd be insane if that was the thing.
What color was Rouge's hair? Would we want to say that was red?
I think it was more of either pink or blonde. I think she was a blonde.
Because this doesn't mark out that Rouge could be.
Yeah, it's blonde.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rouge was blonde.
If it was more of a reddish color, then I would have gone. Rouge could be mom. Of Shanks.
It's a little tiny bit pink.
Hmm?
There's a little pink tinge in it.
So you heard it here first. I'm guessing this could even be like a Port Gusty Rouge. And she had Shanks and Shamrock, and then she went on to have more babies with Roger later. Just throwing that out there. This could have been where they met. Even though I personally think Rouge is a Kuja, but that's just me.
Yeah. Well, we'll see. I do wonder why would she agree to do this? And why, she seems willing, and it seems like, oh yes, fantastic, great. It just seems like all this is maybe these people are really into the world government, and they're sophisticated, oh yes, we're part of the inner circle. And so therefore, he's like, oh yeah, these guys will be primed for slaughter. They're ready to be harvested. They're totally willing civilians.
But he said they are not part of the world government. He wants them to be part of the world government.
That's true. Man. Well, could it be that they are also willing to be in the world government or not?
The thing is, he said two contradictory things based on what we know from the world government. Because we know if they have some connection, and the world government, and if what he found out is that they have some connection with the ancient kingdom, then they will probably be wiped out, which might lead to the reason why he's saying that let's have the competition there to just wipe them out. But then he also said he wants them to be part of the world government because of what he found out. So is a tricky stuff.
Maybe she's strong too. Maybe she's more powerful than even Figurlin, Garling. And he's like, this is crazy. That'd be the Shang-Chi storyline. So. Anyway.
Interesting. Yeah, West Blue, God Valley. So God Valley is in the West Blue.
Yeah.
What if?
Go ahead.
What if he's royalty?
That's what I'm also thinking, because how else would they have met? It doesn't seem like Garling would have gotten to the island and just been walking around and just talking to anyone. I feel like she's deaf. That's why probably where the wise comes in.
And even the way she's been addressed, it sounds like she's royalty.
It also feels like they're in like some sort of library, because there's books everywhere.
These people almost look familiar too, like that dude with that weird face right there. I don't know. This is strange. It's all strange.
Yeah, so it looks like they're in some sort of room with books, at least. So I guess there is some type of scholar, library, school maybe.
Drew, the weird dude that you're talking about that looks familiar, he looks familiar because he looks like Charlotte, Big Mom's husband, this dude's father.
Oh,
Lola and
Pudding?
Dad. No,
Pound.
Lola and his dad. Pound. He looks like Pound.
Yep, that is true, but not really, because Pound. Oh well, if he had that hat, if Pound had that hat, then maybe. But Pound had a weird bow top.
But even their smile, it looks similar. When I first saw it, I was also like, this dude, I've seen this dude somewhere before. I've seen him in a chapter before. And then I remembered, oh, yeah, he looks a lot like Pound.
That's funny. I'm looking for his wiki right now, see if there's any weird mentions of him.
Speaking of weird mentionings, we've got all of the pirates fussing over Shaki's bar. We've got Shaki getting sick when Rayleigh didn't come to shore and passing out. And then Gloriosa being like, don't you dare put your hands on her. We also have Gloriosa making her move on Roger, and Roger being like, you too clingy. As well as Stussy making her move on Whitebeard, and he being like, you too clingy. We also have reference to Rox being a new father. So, Marshall D. Teach has been born. I'm guessing his mom is a Buckin. Just because he seems much bigger in general than than Rox.
The theory that Rock still exists inside of Blackbeard, I like it, but the one thing that keeps on getting me out of tune with that is that Rox is kind of turning out to be an alright pirate. Like he has morals, he speaks as if he knows, anyway, I'm sorry I'm stuttering so much, but what I'm trying to say is, it doesn't seem like something he would do is possess his son's body. So something is going on. And it almost makes me think that Blackbeard kills Rox to suck up his soul so that he can have two devil fruits. Something like that.
As a child. So that's kind of where the crossing of the wires come into play.
What if Blackbeard is more of like Loki, a naturally born cursed child?
Well, sure. I think that's already confirmed, right? Because he can't sleep or whatever.
Well, he can't sleep, but also with the multiple devil fruits, the speculations of like him having multiple souls. Loki doesn't look natural. Loki looks more of like a supernatural being, even in the world of One Piece, where you eat magical fruits and do supernatural stuff. His eyes definitely have some supernatural stuff, something going on with them. I think Blackbeard is more of like something like that. So probably maybe not Rox doing something sinister or something cynical, but more of like just that is how he is naturally.
Yeah, yeah.
It could be just as simple as that.
This is. Let's see. Any final thoughts, or do we want to go into predictions for next chapter?
Yeah, predictions.
Well, we've already gotten our splitting between between Rox and Harold. So we have the cutting off of their friendship. So I'm interested because, again, with all the prompting, it does feel more and more like Harold did show up in God Valley, potentially. So I'm thinking that we're gonna get the inclines of God Valley in the next chapter, and then that would possibly be God Valley is when Harold rips out his horns, because Harold, this was definitely the chapter of Harold starting to wanting to continue in that vein, but I'm very interested if he ever has a reason to not do it, which would probably be God Valley. Mass causation of slaves being taken away, horrible atrocities where they're really, he's just like, is this what you guys do to a member, non-members? Like, I don't want to be a part of it. I'm hoping something of that nature comes, because like Rox is just like, I can't do it anymore. I can't do this. Which even I'm just like, Rox has a point. It's very interesting. So I'm thinking it's God Valley incident this next chapter. Harold takes off his horns next chapter.
Yes. I also want to see Shanks. Oh, can I just finish my thought real quick? I just want to see. Thank you. I like to see Shanks show a little bit of, like even Luffy would have a little personality by this age, and I'd like to see like in the next chapter Shanks crawling out and getting into trouble or whatever, and like going to. However he got into that treasure chest, it's gotta be, Oda's gotta set up that Shanks was an adventurer from the beginning, or something like that.
You can kind
of
I'm
looking forward to something like that.
Like,
What's
Shanks is like the Goo Goo Gaga, and Shamrock's is like, how can I touch that boob?
Let me think.
Yeah, so it definitely seems like that just seeing the two of them. Sigrane, what were you saying?
Honestly, I forgot.
You're okay.
I forgot the start.
What are your predictions for next chapter?
Next chapter. What is tying all this up together? Like, he's tying up like the Elbaf flashback in a flashback with the God Valley stuff. So I'm thinking of, because I don't know if Oda is, well, except if he's that's the part I forgot. Except if he's if the reason he gave us 15 chapters today is to gear up for next week. But there is nothing else for him to branch out from what we're seeing right now. Except if there is something extraneous that he's thinking of, but everything seems tied together. That there is nothing else for him to just branch out like he usually does before a big chapter, like a big incident like God Valley. I honestly don't know. Like you said, probably God Valley next chapter.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if Harold killed Rox and then the world government still said, no, so that still doesn't count. Still doesn't count. You had help or something, and denied them entry, and then it was like, then that's when he takes off his horns. That'd be interesting.
I mean, yeah, because not only did you not get what you fought for, but you betrayed someone that you considered a friend. So, crush. But I also feel like it has to be like, it's something to prove to Loki they're not monsters, kind of thing.
Yep. Yeah.
And honestly, that is what I'm thinking would happen. That is why I said maybe Rox showed up. Maybe Harold showed up later on God Valley and helped defeat Rocks, but then they still deny him because it's not that they really want him in the world government. They're just playing around with him.
True.
As long as they can get him to do what they want, they are satisfied. So I'm thinking maybe even if he ends up on God Valley and helps defeat Rocks, maybe maybe they'll still deny him entry.
Yeah, I think it's something bad is gonna happen, and he's gonna be like, no, and just like literally cracks his own skull. But with that, I think it's a good place to go ahead and start wrapping up. What is the preposterous thing that Garling referenced? 66% said Shanks's mom. So Shanks' mom is something preposterous. I mean, if anything, it could have just been a woman that talked back. It was just like...
Well, Garland didn't think so. If she is preposterous, he didn't think so.
The chances that Shanks' mom is a good person is about 50-50, I think.
It is, but we're getting all of this. Part of Harold's flashback is the woman who changes perspectives. It is Ida who changes perspectives of Rocks. It is like, what is it? You can really just say that Shaki has changed everyone's perspectives. So there is these women who are changing the perspectives of how a lot of men, like, we don't even, like, Rocks had apparently met someone. He's no longer infatuated with Shaki. Now he has a kid. So, like, we're getting a lot of women who are changing perceptions of men and altering where they go. So it could be that she was the one woman who stood up to a celestial dragon, because that's what he is. It's now seeming like Shanks and them are not full celestial dragons, they're half. So there is that. So there is a lot of how are these women pivoting these men as they move forward in life, which is interesting.
If she shifted his perspective as a celestial dragon, then it didn't work because she either shifted it from bad to worse, or it didn't work entirely.
It's a very big gray area. Because again, even at that point, if he's suggesting the murder ball happens on that island, then is it to get her out of power? Like, very interested. He maybe even killed his father-in-law because he just didn't like his father-in-law. There's a lot of different things that we could apply, and we will find that out next week. Any final thoughts, lads, as we wrap up?
No. Excited for the next chat. And let's see more about Shanks. I love Shanks. Shanks is one of my favorite characters. I want to see more about him. Give me more Shanks. And when was Mihawk born between Rayleigh and Shaki? When was Mihawk born?
Yes, because Mihawk could be that young. Who knows? I think that is a great place for us to end. I am the DarkBriton of the Runaway Warlords. Thank you all so much for joining us, and always remember, Nakama, that anime is adulting. Stay reckless, y'all. Peace.
Cut out the nonsense.